Hello, good morning, and welcome back to my channel. It is Saturday morning, just a bit after 7 a.m., and today is the first show day of the season for the Bushwhackers, the drum corps I teach with. So let's go ahead and get started.
Packed my lunch, said one more goodbye to the kitty cats, and headed out for the day.
So since it's a show day, we're actually rehearsing today up at West Orange High School instead of down in South Jersey, which is great for me since that cuts my drive in half.
The drive up to West Orange went pretty seamlessly. It took me a little less than half hour to get up there, and I had some pretty good sights along the way. The corps started showing up around 8:30, and then it was time to get rehearsing. This is the first show day in a year and a half, 2 years, so it was pretty exciting. The morning block consisted of subs and then a visual ensemble before we headed out for lunch at 1. After lunch, though, is when things started to go a bit wrong. You'll see.
Slight update, the corps is on indefinite standby because of the weather. So we're all hanging out, you know.
So that's what the sky looked like. I didn't get any clips of lightning, but all around us, you could see lightning off in the horizon.
The corps has been on standby for about an hour and a half now. It did end up raining, but it did take almost an hour for the rain to actually come. But, you know, when there's lightning involved, you gotta be safe, so I get it. I took one of my quizzes for my foundations class, which isn't due till Monday, so I'm actually ahead of the game for the first time in this degree so far. What I can't get ahead on is my journal entry paper, which is due tomorrow for the same class, because all my resources are on my laptop, which is at home. So, what I'm going to do instead is work on the blanket I'm currently making, because though I didn't bring all my homework, I did bring all my knitting supplies. Go me.
At about 4 o'clock, the rain cleared up and we got back to work. The horn line warmed up, the guard got to work on the field, drumline kept doing drumline things, and then it was time to record our show.
Show day!
In case you're wondering why I'm in uniform, I'm currently acting as the backfield drum major. So yeah, that's that.
The show happened. We managed to get the run in right before it started raining, and then we sang the corps song while it was like downpouring. And now it seems it's about to start raining again, so I'm gonna head home, and that's a wrap on the first show day of the season.
The ride home was not nearly as scenic as the ride up to rehearsal, but again, it went pretty quick. I stopped for gas, picked up dinner, peeped the misspelling of my name. I wrapped up the evening by getting some work done on the blanket that I'm knitting.
I'm only halfway through this row, and I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open. So I think we're gonna call it a night. See you in the morning.
I did not, in fact, go to sleep just then because it was still thunderstorming like crazy. So here's a few clips from outside my bedroom window. I've been up for a while, but right now I think it's about 10 o'clock. 10:30 right now. The plan for today, I've got my paper to write,
I've got a blog post to do. How about I'm just gonna put it on the screen right now. All right, so here are about the 5 things I have to do today. What I think I'm gonna try: put my headphones on, load up some of my Pomodoros, use Forest to keep my phone locked out, and really just try to get as much schoolwork done as possible today. I decided not to go to rehearsal today because I really did have a lot of work to get done here at home. And the rest of the brass staff was super understanding about that, so that's fantastic. But yeah, I've definitely got a lot of reading and writing ahead of me, so I should really get started.
I set the mood, lit a candle, got my water, and got to work. The morning started with a lot of research and just finding sources. I had collected a few last week when working with my group, but I had to actually go in and read them and make sure that they had everything I wanted. There was a lot of highlighting, a lot of annotating, a lot of note-taking, and a lot of typing to compile all my sources for this paper that I wanted to write. After about an hour of work, I realized I was incredibly tired, and Audrey and I went to Starbucks for a quick pick-me-up.
They say the ocean's rising. Give us. Thank you. Here you go.
When we got back, I started up another Pomodoro sessions. For these, you work for 25 minutes and then get a 5-minute break, so I used my breaks to make progress on my blanket. This was again mostly research and reading and accumulating as much information as I could.
So it is 12:35. I'm taking a bit of a longer break. I've been reading a lot of articles and just kind of typing up notes. I'm gonna start actually trying to get words on paper. Good news, I just called Hand and Stone, like a massage chain, to schedule a massage for tomorrow night. So if I get through the day tomorrow, I will have a very, very, very good night, I think. I'm gonna go ahead, get the second half of this Pomodoro session going, and try to see how much I can actually write for this paper. I have about a page written out of a total of 5. I'm gonna take a break for lunch and just get a change of scenery and everything. The problem is I keep having a thought and then going in search for sources to support that thought. So I have so many sources, right? So many ideas, so many people to draw from, but I have yet to synthesize any of these ideas into original words and type them in this Google Doc. Hopefully I'll take solid hour for lunch, get a little more reading done, and then I can get more words on paper when I come back.
Because I am a fiscally responsible young adult. Am I a young adult? Oh gosh, I don't know. Anywho, because I'm balling on a budget, as the kids would say, lunch was my leftovers from Popeyes last night, and although I told myself I wanted to take a break, I ended up reading for most of the time that I was downstairs. So it's a little before 3 o'clock. Had lunch, decided to take a bit of a longer break. So I finished out the row I had been working on earlier, and then I put in one of the knit rows that need to go in, so that since that's a low energy task. Watched some YouTube videos, and now I am kind of comparing what I've written so far to the examples that we were provided by our professor. I think I'm gonna get a drink. But then I'm gonna get back to actually writing. And so the paper writing began again. I thought I was refreshed after lunch and my nice knitting break. However, I still could not make my brain put words on this Google Doc. So I packed up my stuff, I got the cats, and we went outside for some fresh air. The outside work session went pretty well, and I finished up most of my writing. As you can see, I also had a snack because, brain food. I only had to stop writing once to go chase my cats, Casey decided to go out the back gate, and so I followed him around the house to make sure he didn't go visit the neighbors or anything like that. And the entire time I was following him, he was meowing and yelling. I guess he thought I was trying to catch him, so rather than continue to explore outside the backyard, he ran inside the back door and acted as if someone was coming to kidnap him, or rather, catnap him.
It's about 15 to 8, and I'm almost done. I just have to put in my citations and insert a few figures, and then kind of just wrap up. I gotta say, this has not been a fun day. I don't like academic writing, right? It's not something I'm good at, especially when it's a topic that I care about, right? Like this paper is about queer representation in public schools, and like I want to read all the sources, right? And take my time with this. Like this would be something I could write a thesis on, right? But no. Today's assignment is a 5-page paper. So I've just been having a hard time today. Mom just called for dinner, so I am kind of hungry. My brain is just... Anywho, I'll check back in after dinner, maybe? We'll see.
For dinner, Mom had made salmon and rice, and I guess that's what I really needed. After dinner, I finished my citations, proofread my paper, and submitted it. As you can see, it was 10:12 p.m.
So yeah, that was my weekend. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm off to get that massage I told you about. I'll see you in the next one.